Welcome to this learning series. I am Lynetta Alexander, an educator, playwright, writer, poet, and overall bibliophile. I retired from teaching a few years ago, but with all the problems with literacy in our city, I decided to do something about it. Like and subscribe so you can get up to date lessons and read alouds to help you improve and eventually enjoy English language arts, maybe as much as I do. I want to help you read, understand, and write better because it's literally all about literacy. I know that's corny, but I'm corny. So let's get started. This lesson is about the sentence and sentence errors. The sentence, it's a group of words that expresses a complete thought. In the English language, a complete thought means a sentence has a subject, a verb, and it should make sense. Subject plus verb plus make sense equals sentence. Subject is who or what the sentence is about. This idea will expand later, but for now, let's make sure we understand the basics. So remember this equation. Subject plus verb plus make sense equals a sentence. Robert is the subject plus ran is the verb to the park to meet his friends makes the subject and the verb together helps it make sense. Now, later when we get into the deep of it, each word in the sentence has a function, has a job. But for now, we're just going to clump that phrase together, understanding that it helps the sentence, it helps make it a sentence, okay? I don't want to ramble too much about that. Let's look at the next example. The dog is the subject, ate is the verb, the kids' snacks that had fallen on the floor. Now we know the whole context. And so now we have a sentence because all of these things together, subject plus verb plus make sense equals a sentence. Here we have it again. Subject plus verb plus make sense equals sentence. When one of these parts is missing, you no longer have a sentence. Ran to the park to meet his friends. Who or what? The dog, the kid's snacks. What did the dog do to or with the kid's snacks? No. These are sentence fragments because something is missing. It's incomplete. You only have parts of a sentence. Stop right here for a culture check. In some cultures, some relationships, these rules don't apply. My grandmother used to tap my leg and nod her head, and I knew that meant look at that person standing over there. There's this really great clip of Kiki Palmer on a game show in which she could only say one word as a hint for the partner to guess. Her partner was a friend, so when Kiki said Rose, eventually her friend figured out that she was making a reference to the movie Titanic. I'm sure you also have relationships where you can say a word or give a look and it makes sense to the person you're talking to. Understanding the sentence structure doesn't change that, but it will help for you to understand, read, and write English language arts better. Again, sentence fragments. Here are some examples. Went shopping at the mall, got a new outfit on, was wondering, he was going to, Robert said, a long, narrow passage with a hidden trapdoor at the end. Again, sometimes if you're talking to your friends, you can fill in the blanks audibly when you're talking, but when you're writing on a piece of paper and you're like in an essay or you're writing a story, these are sentence fragments because we don't really know what's happening and they don't make sense. Again, subject plus verb plus make sense equals sentence. Something is missing, you got a fragment, okay? Now, there's another sentence error that we need to talk about, and that's called a run on sentence. Where the fragment was not enough, the run on is too much. So, again, remember that formula. You'll probably be saying this in your sleep after this video, and that'll be great. Subject plus verb plus make sense equals a sentence. While a sentence can have multiple subjects and multiple verbs, that's called a compound subject, compound predicate, It cannot have multiple thoughts. When two or more complete thoughts exist in one sentence, that sentence is a run on. Let's look at a few examples. The city of Milwaukee has a lot of fun summertime festivals. This is a great city with always something to do. That's a run on. Robert ran to the park to meet his friends. They played baseball until dinner time. That's a run on. It's almost like it's too much information. Like give me the one complete thought at a time is what your brain is probably asking for when you hear it. So the easiest way to fix run on sentences is to separate the two complete thoughts with a period. The city of Milwaukee has a lot of fun summertime festivals. Period. Space. Start a new sentence. This is a great city with always something to do. Another period, right? Robert ran to the park to meet his friends. Period. Space. Start a new sentence. They played baseball until dinner time. Period. All right. That is the end of it. So we went over today sentences, subject plus verb plus make sense equals a sentence. And we talked about two sentence errors, the sentence fragment and the run on. All right. So it's time for you to practice. One, find something enjoyable to read for at least 20 minutes every day. Write a summary about what you read, then review your paragraph to check for sentence errors. Did you write a fragment? How will you fix that run on? 3, comment below if you found this helpful or to give suggestions on what you'd like to learn next. And then, as always, go and be great. See you next time.